There we go. All right. If you can hear me, Sean, let me know. Oh, nice. 4 foot. That's very nice. And I seem to have a bit of a hot mic going here, so let's turn that down a bit. Um, yeah, let me know how it sounds if you can hear me. Is that broadcasting? That'd be a good question, too. There we go. Yep. Tis working. Wow. I got some wicked latency, though. All right. So, there we go. That should be a little more fair. Yeah. So, yeah. Cool, Sean. 4 foot, 110. So 110 gallon. Do I have that right? And if so, cool. I'm a big proponent and fan of the 40-gallon breeder. My last tank, when I got out of the hobby, would have been, what did I have? A 120. Um, I got footage of that somewhere, but right now, best way to describe it, I changed hobbies. Um, I live in a place where I can't have a big tank anyway. The floor just won't support it. Um, And man, have things in my area changed as far as the hobby is concerned. The biggest one being the main guy I used to go to sold off everything. It's now to another guy I know. He bought most of it, and he's got a good shop open. And it's cool. I just dropped in the other day, and I think that's kind of what piqued my interest. Not to get back in. Well, maybe you never know. But definitely, what happened was it just made me think. This channel, I don't know, were you ever here before, Sean? When I used to run live streams all the time? And I'm gonna do, I wonder if she's around. I'm gonna try a few things, see if I can contact a few people. Alright, get back out of here. Oh, yeah, thank you. I made that for my brother. It's actually a mostly accurate recreation from the movie The Final Countdown. He was my kid brother was a huge fan of that movie. And it was VF-84, the Jolly Rogers that were in that movie. I actually, if you look up Mover, I think is what he's called on YouTube. He's a fighter pilot. He does an interview with the guy that was one of the pilots on that. And he talks about all the stuff that they did and how they did it. It's kind of cool. Yeah. That's not even remotely close to, I got so many models now, it's not funny. And I'll probably use them. I generally wasn't on camera. I'm not a big person who would put my face up. Um, that kind of thing. So, it's kind of funny. Um, that I got as, I wouldn't say popular. I don't know. Generally speaking, I have 40, 50 people that would come in. A lot of Brits. Brits really like me. My dog is now looking at me like, what are you doing? Yeah, I know. Get over it. What? Oh. So, yeah. Um, so what happened is after I got out of the hobby, sold off my equipment to the right people and that. And actually, my old tank is up for sale. The person that bought it, whatever. I have no idea, but I guess it's up for sale with the custom stand that was built by that guy I used to buy my livestock and that from. And yeah, people are just bugging me to do this again. I'm like, oh, I don't have a butt ton of time for this, but uh, I could have pretty wicked cameras going though. I actually work for my brother who does security CCTV installations, and we do live monitoring for people, and we do a whole bunch of that stuff, and it's kind of cool. And I thought, well, it might help with that too. Not that we can go to Britain and install that stuff, but And you would not be surprised. This is not the first time I've had one person in my stream. No. No. we go. So I've got that working, that's working. And it's up and it's running. That is very cool, actually. Actually, that model does look pretty good on YouTube, doesn't it? Yeah, I tried. You know, hey Eddie, long time no see, brother. You'll have to forgive me, man. It's been a while, so running Streamlabs up and trying to figure out what the hell's going on here with all this, and trying to. I don't even remember how to get people in to my feed. I'm like, if I recall, I think I have to have Google Hangouts running. Do I not? Yeah, something like that. I'll figure that out later. I don't mind talking. But how you been, Eddie? It's awesome to see you. Holy jeez. Oh. Might see who else shows up. I messaged a few people, just say, hey, I'm actually doing it. That's right, you were in the Navy. So you were a deckhand too. I just finished that one, man. I actually just got it up to my brother today, actually. I think the other reason, you guys might get a kick out of this, but Eddie probably remembers my stance on bullies on YouTube. And I'm not going to say that the other modeling streamers and channels and all that are bullies, but very elitist. Like they're almost worse than Reefer Hobby was. Like you ask a question, then they treat you like you're an idiot, and it's like, well, since I've never picked that up before, you know. Ah, dude, that's awesome. That is totally awesome. That's how long I've been out. I didn't know your wife was pregnant because she probably wasn't pregnant when I stopped streaming. Is the volumes good with the mic? I'm not popping anything like that, guys. I'll take a look here, see if I can post some other ones. I got one that you guys might like, if I can find a pic of it. Let's see. That's right, I gotta go back to here. Let's see if I can find a better pic. Bright red hair. Oh, she gonna be a day walker, or is she gonna have to wear an umbrella? Kidding. It's good for you. Cool, Sean. Thank you. Yeah, I have so many pics. I'm on the Facebook group, Facebook Scale Modelers, and I got in there, and they're cool. Absolutely, that is probably one of the coolest places I've hung out. Seoul? I'm not sure. Oh, I love how it's live changing my pics. That's kind of cool. All right. So you'll see a few shots of some of the models in various states. Let's see. What about... What's this one? Ah! Oh, Eddie, you'll like this one. I built this for my uncle for Christmas. It'll be coming up there in a bit. It's a 78 El Camino. Yeah, you got it. That's an Osprey I was working on. That's one of the first ones I did getting back into the hobby. The other one was a Hind MI-24. And then what's going to pop up next after the Osprey here will be that 78 El Camino. But I did it in 1987 metallic burgundy. I'm not a car guy, but that's the real paint that you would buy if you were going to paint an 87 Monte Carlo SS. Actually, I got a huge compliment from my uncle who I built that for because it's his dream car. He took it out into his driveway and was putting it on the driveway, trying to position it so he could get a picture to make it look like it was a real car. I probably got more shots of that thing around somewhere. I got tons of them. See if I can find a finish shot, maybe. So what have you been up to other than, what's the word I'm looking for? Adding to the herd, I guess. And that's for Eddie. I don't know. I should have another shot of that thing somewhere. Ah, Gunpla stuff. Robotech kind of deal, right? Cool. I'm thinking about it. I find the good kits are a little expensive, but I love how some of the pictures are like random spots when I was working on stuff or trying to fill holes, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, so she's still kind of against the hobby. I don't recall that she was dead set against it, but I remember her being not a fan. But yeah, it's definitely can lead to some strife. My wife actually wants me to set up another tank, and I'm like, and I was explaining earlier before you popped in, just kind of melting off. The floor where we moved into is still no, like not a chance. I've actually been in the basement, done the work. Um, what's it tonight? Minus 29 Celsius where I am. Um, and you can feel the cold through the floor, even though I did the insulation because there's just no way to get around it. So I got a temp sensor downstairs. You're gonna move to Maine. You'll be next to me, man. We can come see each other when the COVID's over. There you go. And now working for who I work for, that's a good possibility. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything across the border, but you never know. But yeah, it is without a doubt weird times, right? But that's awesome, man. That she did that. And like I said, my wife wants me to set one up, but the floor just no. Even a 40-gallon breeder would be pushing our luck. I'm positive of that. All right, so let's look at a date here, July. What about then? Oh, that was an F-18 I was working on. Okay. Minus 29. Yeah, with the wind chill. Yeah, I think, hold on, I'll take a look at the old phone here. I could actually get me on video, but I ain't doing it. And on top of that, I'm still relearning some. Streamlabs changed a little bit, but you know what's funny? Eddie, you'll get a kick out of this. They kept all my settings, if you notice. Like, everything looks the way it did when I left. And I'm kind of like, oh, well, alrighty then. Um, it's minus 13, and with the wind chill, it is... Nope, sorry, it's minus 17 right now. And with the wind chill, it's minus 24. So warmed up 4 degrees. There you go. Woo. I dare you to walk out and sit in my car and start it. Guaranteed. You're not going to like it. So I know, Eddie. Eddie, you're in Utah? Do I remember that right? That's when I built the tank. It's right here. Oh, here we go. You guys will like that pick. Different. So yeah, we'll see if we get a few more people. I'm surprised I got two of yous. To be honest, I literally was just throwing this up to see how I get it working again and make it, do what I want it to do. So. Still in Utah, yeah. Well, it's got to be better than where I am, dude. You guys get as cold. The difference in the cold is I'm on the East Coast. I'm next to Maine, in a province in Canada called New Brunswick, and it's damp. So when you have damp cold, you feel it different. You guys have it, well, Michigan, depending if you're close to the lake or not, would be very similar. But yeah, you guys get a lot of deep chill, man. And you guys read in Fahrenheit. So like minus 29, right now that would be just about dead even with Fahrenheit, right? So minus 29 Celsius would be about minus 20, I think, is how the scale works. Yep, minus 70. Yep, not a joke, man. I've been out minus 56 Celsius, and not pleasant. That was unfortunate, and we ran out of gas. So we were sitting there, and I actually had a buddy we had one bar left on his StarTAC. Remember those? Motorola StarTAC. And we were saving it. We had called my dad to see if he could bring some gas down for the old truck, and because we were coming back from a gig, and it was my sound guy / I guess best friend, right? So he was getting loopy from the hypothermia. But yeah. So yeah, interesting. I don't know if I can stream it on here, and I'd get flagged in YouTube, would just knock the video anyway. But I may be able to actually play some of the vids of me and bands. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this, Ed. It's not going to be strictly fish. It never was anyway. Never was. But yeah. You'd be able to answer this. Rico's still streaming or doing anything? I'd be curious if he held up that long. No, not at all. Turned out okay. He's got a kid and everything now. It's fun. They're always so interesting. But yep, it's been interesting. Yeah, Rico. Yeah, don't even get me started. I don't want to publicly say anything bad at this point. It's just whatever. Yeah, it was what it was. I actually still have a copy of when he popped in the stream and went off at Tim. Yeah. Well, it was a thing then, and it was getting snapped then, and I wouldn't want to even be doing it now with how they run YouTube now. But it's Wojcicki and the crew there. It's like when you're coming on trying to con or display something that you're not. Hey, you're not supposed to. Sorry, got to talk to the cat. Keep him off my modeling desk behind me. Yeah, it is what it is. You got it. You know what I mean? It's what it was, and it was a weird time. Like I think Dan still makes some videos there, Tidal Gardens. Oh yeah, FishTube. I think I just kind of saw it, man. You know what I mean? I remember talking about it and saying, I don't think this is going to last in a huge way. And then I had to move all the stuff that went on, and I went to work for Air Canada. I went to do a whole bunch of stuff after, and now I'm working with my brother. Like I had mentioned, I think earlier, and Sean might have heard me. I think Sean heard me, but you weren't here. We do security CCTV and live monitoring. So we install the cameras, set up the software and all the analytics, and basically you can pay and have India watch it through us, or you can have we got a Canadian site that we use as well, but everybody's cheap, man. They go for India every time. And but it works really well because they can actually pop right on and say, "Hey, we're watching you. You know, leave the premises now. Local law enforcement's been contacted." Did everything crash? You mean on YouTube for you? There we go. Thank God this mic has a mute on it. Remember when I tried not to cough in everybody's ear all the time? So you're running a 29, he's running a 110, right? 4 foot 110. That a thin or a high? I can't remember which, all my aquarium sizes, Sean. So I know you said it's 4 foot, so is it 4 foot by 2? Or is it, oh, wow, 4 by 30, is it 36? I don't know, it wouldn't be 36, it would be almost a square. Yeah, the streaming on YouTube is still really lackluster, man. Oh, I get what you mean now, Eddie. You mean like you came in at a time when everyone just kind of stopped. Yeah. Yeah, because, yeah, I haven't seen an announcement from Tidal Gardens in a while, so I was actually wondering if they're still going. King Tropics, I think, dropped off. Like they all, the hobby goes through waves, and a lot of rules came in too, with NOAA, NOAA there in the States and Canada, and some other stupid rules. And it's like, I was at Thin and Tall, yeah. Everybody wishes it was deeper. That's actually, and Eddie will back me up on this. Were you around, Eddie? Did I already have the 120 on the go? Yeah. So it was perfect because I think it was 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, 4 by 2 by 2. I think mine was. Um, yeah, it was. I think that was it. And it was fantastic. And I was doing, but it was not the best tank I ever had. In fact, Eddie will back me up on this. My 20-gallon with the white clowns that I used to put in the substream and all that was much better. Did better, right? And I did better without a sump and using canister filters or hang on the back filters than I ever did with a sump. In fact, I had more problems with that sump. The only thing I could do is I had the skimmers. That was the only difference. And now there's, I forget who makes it. I'd have to look it up, but I could find it. You can actually get surface skimming with a hang on the back filter, which is like, wow, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. And it's just for the oxygenation part. In fact, I bet you, well, I doubt it, but Cruz will probably pop in once he figures out I'm here. Hard to say. Welcome to the stream. I notice there's another person in, so hola. Glad to have you around. I got to figure out how to add anybody who wants to shoot the breeze. So if I go silent, guys, it's not because I'm not here. It's probably just because I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's Google frickin' Hangouts. XT272. For a tank, that'd actually be a fantastic tank. I actually remember Innovative Marine. That's it, CChem. Thank you. Yeah, the big thing I used to get a lot of, not black, and I proved it so many times that people stopped questioning it, is I could do the instant livestock using the lacing the bacteria directly into the tank. Hey, what's going on, Grant Gray? Grant, that my buddy Grant? No. I'm still worried about him. I know he's not doing it fantastically well, but he's doing better. But I do believe he's going daily for dialysis now, if I recall. Yeah, he was quite sick. Yeah. He reached out to me during that time. So, yeah. My wife was excessively worried because I have I talked to Cruz a lot, learned a lot. Cruz is an extremely intelligent guy. It'd be a shame if we lost that fella. Yeah. his work on genome and then on tanks and everything else. Fantastic. Hey, Grant, you're up late, buddy. How's the kiddo? And yeah, let's see if I can get you or Eddie. Did I bring you in when I used to bring people in through Google Hangouts? Is that how we did that? Nope, I don't think you did. Maybe. You said, did I lose the stream? You're still here, so. I really can't remember how to add people. I'll have to figure that out. Herbal cigarette, eh? Not illegal in Canada, so you can call it what it is. Actually, get a kick out of that. I was up my brother's office today. I was fixing up the network because he was having some issues with it. And guess what? It was a printer. So no inside joke. Me and Grant used to work together at Xerox. So yeah, I was up there fixing that for him today, and it was a print spooler issue. Blah blah blah. But it was funny because he had just partook. And I don't, right? But I mean, you know, I know what the smell is. I know exactly what it is. And it's funny. I got a contact high today. I guess I was in the car driving home, blabbering away like an idiot. It's too funny. YouTube's being interesting, as usual. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to the dashboard. Is there a way? Okay, I want out of that. Go away. Says I'm excellent. Yeah, we'll see. Hmm. No, everything seems to be working. Yeah. Contact high. You got it. All right, let's see. Let's close that, get in here. So yeah, I am definitely gonna have to figure that out so I can start doing that and not so much do interviews and crap, but you know, just get people in, having fun. Have to watch the topics because you know the powers that be and the big tech don't like it when you talk about anything other than what they want you to talk about. You still working at Xerox, Grant? I think you are, aren't you? Or did you leave too? I think Dave left. But yeah, so I think once the word gets out that I'm doing this, sort of, I'll have to figure out a good time to do it. Not this late where I am, because it's like 1 in the morning, quarter after 1 in the morning. No. But yep, other than that, you know, it's what it is. Let's find another pick while I'm doing this. What about? Pretty sure I finished that after then, so let's try that one. Oh, there we go. Hilarious how many pictures I have of models I was doing. So let's go back. That far. All right, let's do that one. Go. NASA end of the El Camino. Yeah, still there, working hard on getting out. You know, it's when Troy jumped, I kind of figured things were on the way out because Troy really liked working there, but he's over. I think he's at Synoptech now. That's another. Thank you. Molotov Chrome, man. Best paint for doing your own chrome so it doesn't look like a toy. It's fantastic, actually. There we go. I'll leave it on that. It's part of my room. So yeah, it's definitely when I changed hobbies, I'm not going to say it's cheaper. You can get what you want out of it cheap enough, but doing the model thing, definitely a different mindset and definitely a little less to deal with. Like you still got to watch out. Modeling will kill you too. I try and explain to people like when you're playing around with lacquer paints and everything like that, man, you can gash yourself like right out. But yeah, I'll definitely. I'm not taking a picture of my desk. It looks like crap right now. But yeah, so we got 4 people. I got Grant, Sean, Eddie, and myself. That's awesome. No, I do miss working there though. At Xerox, that was fun. That was a good crew of people. We just had a horrible person running things. That's the only way to even describe that. I'm going to be polite about it because I'm in public. Yeah. I bumped. Oh man, there you go. I bumped into Hernandez up in Fredericton, Grant, at Costco of all places. Yeah. But yeah, it was. I'm surprised to see him up there. And he's like, "Oh, you're not there no more, and you're working at so and so place, right?" Oh yeah, Grant. Yeah, I was in my brother's office, and I ended up. He had just smoked a joint while I was working on his network and that, and I ended up with a bit of a contact high. Yeah, which was hilarious because I don't think I've smoked pot now in like 15 years, maybe more. It was never my thing anyway. Like I said to a friend of mine, I had a problem with narcotics. Yeah, you got it, Sean. That is exactly it. Modeling can kill you if you're not careful. Man, I've actually seen pictures of some cuts where guys have been, doing whatever and using a hobby knife, and it's like, those are scalpels, man. You can cut yourself right to the quick, so to speak. The other one is the paints. So I have an exhaust fan. I got all that stuff on the go. And we're working towards getting out of the flat we're in the apartment and getting a house. And I'll tell you, it is, I can't wait. And the one thing I'm going to do, the biggest thing I'm going to do is do an inline fan for the exhaust so that I can up the cubic feet per minute that I can pull out of the room. Because I have sprayed lacquer in here and not enamels so much, but usually it's lacquers like car paints, stuff like that. But yeah, so the thing I have to remember is the latency between Streamlabs and YouTube. That is just fantastic. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, did I lose you, Eddie? Did you take off? Oh yeah, you worked out a medical thing, didn't you? I thought that I don't quite remember. Man, it'll all come back, I'm sure. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. Even a used scalpel is like just don't screw around, man. And you got to think when you're doing models, one thing you do is you're holding it, and it gloves on or not, and you're scraping away or you're cutting away. And man, I've cut into my thumb on my right hand pulling against whatever I'm trimming, and I've cut in without not going too deep. And I mean, it becomes a painful thing. And I'm like, well, I definitely don't want to build a callus up for that because that's when things go horribly, horribly wrong, right? But that's more towards the paint side. That is not all the models. That is not all the paint. Man, oh man. And you do $4 a bottle for most of those guys, and you can add up what you're spending. And you can get lost in the different shades of color. I think I have 22 bottles of gray. You can see the blues over on the wood shelf on the right. And I think there's 22 blues there. And I still didn't have the right blue. You are absolutely correct, Sean. You do not feel it. I've been very lucky. I haven't done a deep cut, knock on wood. You know, I don't want to do that. Yeah. You would think that would work out really well, Grant, cutting away from yourself, but you're trying to be so accurate to prevent having to fill in sand so much. You know, I will be honest. What was the last one I just had screw up? I was doing a Hasegawa Harrier 148 scale AV8B, which is like one of my favorite planes, and it went together so bad. And I was tired and I was kind of rushing because I'm gonna get it up and I'm gonna do the paint, that I didn't notice that the nose canopy section didn't fit the way it should have fit. And I probably could have fixed it if I was paying attention. But when it was done, it pointed up. You know what I mean? And I got so pissed off. It's like, you know, oh no, nope, can't complain at all about picking color, Sean. She gets to do all that. I just put the stuff up. But yeah, I ended up binning that kit. That was a Canadian, I think it was a $60 kit. Just garbage. I wasn't going to dig at it that long to try and fix that. I'm like, nope, let's buy another one later. Yeah. And I keep putting it off. I think I was that disappointed in myself for it. But nope. So no, what do you guys think? I only got a small little cross section here, but should I just make it like an open concept chat? Because the one thing I don't want to get into is the politics side of it too much. Right now, things are very hostile in that direction from all sides. So I definitely don't need anybody in here going off on that. Ouch, Eddie. Not cool. You're doing better now, though, I'm assuming? Well, you managed to make a kid. That's fantastic. But yeah, like, I think just maybe a bit of everything. A little bit of fish, modeling if people want to get into it. I'll just have to get a couple of good monitors, people in here to keep it at bay, and myself as well. Like, you know, let's keep the politics out. It's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to dissent that opinion. You know, I think that's the way I'm gonna work it this time. It's like everyone's got their views, and you know, if we can keep it civil, that's great. But that's the hard part, right? So I'm glad you're doing better though, Eddie. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Just whatever's of the day, and keep it civil, and watch out for the, you know, whomever is shit disturbing, for lack of a better term. Yeah. Oh man, I hear you. I actually have been having off and on issues with C1, C2 on my neck again. I think my neck locked up one time when I was doing the stream. I seem to recall that. And trying to explain to people that it's coming from up here, but it can actually lead to locking my upper trap muscles and everything else up. So, yeah. Yeah. So Grant, man, glad to see you, Grant. I'm glad you're doing all right, man. Sorry you're still working at Xerox. I'm looking for a tech though, man, that understands networking. If you're not working nights and shit, let's talk. I'll add this to the thing. If you do work down here and you're installing, it's $24 an hour, man. So I think I'm gonna, you know what, and I'm gonna be fair, guys. my brother won't sponsor this, but me doing it, he'll be thrilled because I've been trying to show some clients how to do this, and they're like, well, how do I take it from here to here? And it's like, well, you see what we're doing right now. Um, yeah, Sean, absolutely. Yeah, going from a starter topic over to a transition to an open topic is not a bad idea. It would be mostly, well, I'll talk to you. We'll talk tomorrow. All right. Okay, sorry. Welcome to my streams, guys. I jump around topics like crazy anyway. Um, what I'll do, Grant, it's Saturday, so I know you're not working. If you want to message me, and we'll shoot the breeze, like sometime, say, the afternoon when you're not busy, I'll kind of run you down on it, but I'll give you a quick one. It would be installing CCTV and then setting up the network, and then possibly, like I was about to explain, and that's where I'll jump into it. You would do, like, say, set up, it's called CMS, which is the program that runs the security cameras into Streamlabs. It's automatic if you put it on the same rig. Put it up to YouTube, and then from YouTube, if they want to put it on their website, now that's their end, they would link to it, right? And it's really funny to watch these people not understand that it's not a one-step process. If you want to stream to your website a live camera, you can do it if you're all direct, but if you're going to do it to your website and your camera's in Halifax and you're here and you're there. Oh, me too. Don't worry about it, Eddie. There was, what rabbit hole did we, man, how many rabbit holes did we go down? Especially when Tim would get in. Remember Tim? I hope he's doing all right. I haven't seen him put a video up in about 3-4 months, but he's still trying, man. He's still trying to get that. I think he got rid of the fox face that was eating his zoas, though. I was like, yeah, well, you know, they're fish. They're going to do what they do. They're not all smart. But yeah, it's, you know, that's, I think, what I was thinking is I put this back up just to see if, you know, what I could do, right? We got someone else in here. Hello. Hola. Glad to have you. Feel free to chat. So what I got to figure out, guys, I guess, for this is if we're going to have people on, right, talking, shooting the breeze, right? I got to remember how to add them. I'm pretty sure it's Google Hangouts, but I got to look it up. But, you know, so. But no, I basically, for those that knew me, which would be Eddie, and I think Sean for the most part, yeah, I just switched over to models. That's, it's my own personal hobby. It's no good for my wife. She just looks at me funny. I think it's fantastic. Like, I'll show her something. Look what I did here. And it's like, it's as funny to her as my uncle who will do something with wood and then come over, feel how smooth that is. Like, it's hilarious, but I do the same thing. It must be a family thing. Check out that seam, you know, how smooth I got it. You can't even see it. Yeah, you know, and that's what it's all about, you know. So, but I think you're right, Sean. I think I like what you're thinking. It's like just come up with something that's itching my craw or whatever. We'll start it off that way, and then get some people in, get chatting, and they might. Well, I wonder if they did. Hey, I got my tech guy too, right? So I'll talk to him and see what's the best way to get guests or, you know, you guys in and shooting the breeze about it and just getting that topic running. And now that I remember, I need moderators. That's what I'm going to need. That's right. So, and that's right. I smoke. Get over it. 6 people. Hello. Welcome to my stream. This is Reefer Madness is what they used to call me. Still probably will call me. But now it'll be that kind of underhanded name. Look what I did. Okay, Sean, you have to put that in context for me. Is there something I'm supposed to be looking at, or are you talking about me? Oh, yeah, okay, I got it. Know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a family thing, because we all do it. It's like, look what I did with my car. Look what I did with this. Look at the stereo I bought. It's all horseshit, but, you know, it's what it is, right? So, yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, guys, is we'll, maybe I'll stream at a certain, well, I'm off at 5 o'clock my time, Eastern, or Atlantic, and then move over to Eastern would be 4. Most people over in Britain are 4 hours ahead, so that'd be like 9. So probably maybe 6 to 8 my time, something like that. I'll figure it out. Yeah. And I remember how to set that up. So yeah, you might be right, Eddie. I think they did get rid of Google Hangouts. So I got to figure out how to add somebody into, into the stream. I will definitely have to figure that out. But yeah, so, right. Now, you'd be fine. I think you're of the same mindset as most of us anyway. So, if you're here, feel free to say hi. Right now, it's just kind of a group of people that all kind of knew each other anyway, but it'll grow. It always sort of did. And I think if we don't just do fish, it'll grow a little more. And I'll still pump Nick and Cruz's stuff. Yeah, if you're into fish and you've never checked out Elegant Corals, check out Elegant Corals. Trust me. If you're in the States, you can get from them, but if you're anywhere else, too bad, so sad. I saw a picture yet of a Montipora there a few months back. Oh my geez, man. Meats? That sounds about right, doesn't it? Yeah. So I probably would have to find a way to bring it in as a source and then put it up and then bring the people in. Yeah. Great. I'd better get another monitor. So besides Eddie and Sean, anyone else do fish? I'm just curious. While I bring up another semi-interesting pic to look at here. What about that one? There we go. A couple of kits that I was going to build. Ah, is it? Hey, Colby. Look at that. All my local friends hopping on. Craig's up doing something. When he must be being weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's always good to look at my dog. Yeah. Yeah, so. How's your night going, Colby? Yeah, my Ruby. My Ruby. Wife would beg to differ. Yeah. She was the B2, B1. B2 would be the Spirit, the stealth bomber. I'm not a rivet counter per se, Sean, but I know my aircraft really well. It's always all right, buddy. So that's all right. You guys don't have to deal with India. I heard. Oh, and for anyone who's in here and hanging out, I play WoW. So does Colby there, of course. You just saw. We can talk that too. No, don't be sorry, man. If it's not your thing, how would you know, right? At least I'm not, man. There are people that, and remember I said that the modeling hobby tends to be even more pissy than the reefing hobby. It's like there's a class of folk, and I don't necessarily agree with it. You're playing classic, yeah, classic's all right. I'm not a fan. I did that, been there, got the T-shirt literally. I'm still playing Shadowlands. I don't know. We'll see. It's more, I haven't figured out my intentions in it, but Colby's part of the raiding party that my wife's got going. They're doing all right. They're on heroics, and everybody's waiting on, I think, the next one. We'll see. But yeah, in the modeling hobby, there's a class of folk we call rivet counters. So you'll make a plane and they'll like, that's not correct, or the degrees on that Phantom 2's, dihedral wing is not quite right. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. They just put it up because they're proud of it and you're trying to shoot it down like a shithead. Like, look, whatever. But they're far and few between. They're out there. I mean, like any other hobby, I guess they're out there, but it's not. It's not as dumbed down as you think, man. There's still people that struggle like you would not believe with it. Hell, I did. There's certain aspects of PvP that were just murdering me. And I started to get my act together, but right at the moment, I'm just not down for doing too much of that and whatever. I'll get back in. I have my moments with it, so. Oh, look at that. Shot of the basement I was working in. Nightmares for me and Colby again. Colby was helping me out with that. But yep. Schoolyard bullies, you got it. High school never ends, man. Never ends. No. But yeah, I mean, other than that, what else can you do, right? No. I wonder. Oh. Shots of the paint. But nope. So, no, I think I'll brainstorm a little bit more on it, figure out a few things, and start making it what it is. Oh yeah, when I was building the truck. The bees. The carpenter bees in the basement, that just floored me. Yeah. Tell that story. Me and Colby were doing the insulation on the basement ceiling to try to warm up the house, which worked for the winter. And it was kind of funny that it's not funny, but we knew there were bees, and I had sprayed for them, and I knew they were carpenter bees because there's a pole downstairs, and you can see where they've been living. So we sprayed it all up, and we thought we got them all. And then I just hear this yell out of the blue, and yeah, you can be at the cool kids table anytime you want, man. Eddie, do you mean like in painting, or in painting models? Because I would, there's a few. I can name probably 20 guys that I watch and have learned from, and it's amazing what some of these guys can do, right? Let's try that one. What do we got? Okay, so I'm just trying to find, there's a particular model that I'm super proud of. I'd love to find a shot of, because right now getting a shot of it would not be the easiest thing in the world. Well, that one. Well, there we go. Now I kind of know where I'm at. So it's going to come up. It's an AH-1Z Viper, aka Cobra, Marine one that I did, and I actually scratch built the Hawkeye that's in the front, the sight, and put extra parts inside instead of it just being the glass. And I was really happy with that one. Yeah, it is a little hilarious, isn't it, Colby? I still can't believe that happened. Like, just out of the blue like that, too, right? Like, just snap you. Yeah. But, oh, okay, I gotta go further back now. I just did that one. But, yeah, it's like, it's a great hobby, man. If you get into it, you're into it. There's some shots of that Cobra coming up here now. Marty is great at the Matchbox stuff. Yeah. I watch a lot of the Korean guys are just fantastic what these guys do. Like, there's one guy who works with an ultrasonic knife, and I'm like, are you insane, man? That thing will cut your finger off. But yeah, he cut the doors out of an MH-60S Seahawk, and just amazing work, right? Let's try here. What about this one? What's this? Oh, there we go. So I gotta get, yeah, I finished it back in September. So that's the hard part. Like, you're going through all the pictures trying to find something that's not that. You know what I mean? And then I went on to that, which, and by the way, if you buy the Revell Super Hornet in 1/48 scale, be prepared. It is a bag of shit, like most Revell kits are. And I'll tell them that American Revell. Sorry guys, the Revell Germany is much better. Oh, me too, dude. I got magnifying stuff and everything. Colby will tell you, my office is rigged out for the fact I can't see half the time. I swear to God. What about then on the 30th? Oh, there we go. We shot at my office in the dark with the lighting and everything I set up. Oh. My wife says I am super lame for doing this. When the picture comes up, you're going to see my monitor and some of the lighting and everything. Have a good chuckle at my expense that I'm so lame, I guess. Although I think my wife would call me lame no matter what. Well, it snuck up on me this year, man. Trust me, it really did. Sure. Well, you know what? The thing is, they're engineers. That's their thing, right? So they took a lot of the old Revell kits and did them so much better, redid the molds, and a lot of it's molds. If the molds are old, and Revell's molds tend to be like from the 60s and 70s. So no matter what you do with them, they're going to screw up, and they're going to have flash, and they're going to have things that you don't want. But at the same token, do I have a better shot of that desk? What about that one? Okay, that's when I did the lighting for that. Kind of. You're right, Eddie. Yeah, I did kind of basically bought the same thing when I was building my own lights to just add light, not grow coral. These things won't do that, but they're because they're only 50/50 lights. They're called, which is the strength of the light or whatever, and they're all right. You know, they're what they are. Do I have another shot here? I'm gonna see if I got a full shot of my whole setup here somewhere. But yep, it's definitely you know, you take it as it comes, right? Oh, there's my wife working on her painting. She'll kill me for putting that up, but too bad. Now it's out there forever. Now, so we know the 30th was that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to that 30th shot. I'll figure it out later. I'll have to make a little pocket of them I can scroll in the stream. Yeah, you got it right, Grant. That's the problem with Revell America for a long time, and still is. Um, like I'll tell you, you guys have Hobby Lobby in the States. We have Michaels, and you do too. But Michaels was kind of the place to go get shit kits, for lack of a better term. And there's one that they sell, and it's the Apache, and it's the original AH-64A. And thank you. Yeah, she painted that up. That's actually hanging on the wall. She all thrilled about that. Loves that she painted those. Saw the idea, and she wants to do a tank. I think it's going to be hilarious to see her doing a tank. Oh, well, there you go, Eddie. You went through that. You had a baby. Congrats again on that. My wife went through cancer last February. I want to say April or March. Sorry, March. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer, and she just got the all clear less than a month ago. So, you know, she kicked cancer's ass. I'm all proud of her for that. No. I'll go back to that shot. There we go. So yeah, definitely. It's been an interesting year for everybody. Um, you know, and then all the crap with COVID, whatever. It's like, you know, that I think that'll be the taboo topic. I think we all have opinions and feelings on COVID and what's been going on. Because I mean, um, I'll say my one thing about it that lately's got stuck right in my craw is that even Britain, as notoriously crappy as they're being to their citizenry, um, They're planning to be fully back open by June. You guys ready for when Canada is supposed to be fully back open? Are you ready for this shit? September. You're talking about a year, almost 2 years, right? On a 2-week flatten the curve. Oh, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, thanks, guys. Trust me, I'm very happy about it. Yeah. It's a joke. Third time's the charm, right? My first wife, whom I'm friendly with, actually just contacted me the other day, and it was hilarious that she forgot that my brother, the guy I'm working with, he was born on my 7th birthday. I hated that as a kid, but it's hilarious now that we're adults. But she needed the birthplaces, and then what she didn't know is where Daniel, that's my brother, was born. He was born in Pembroke, Ontario, basically the middle of fucking nowhere. So, really, look it up on a map. But it's next to the base, and we were military kids, right? But yeah, it's definitely, it's what it is. So, yeah. COVID, glorified flu. You know what's funny? It's SARS version 2, blah, 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 whatever it is. And what's really funny about that is when we had SARS rip through Canada in 2005, and the Canadians are going to back me up on this, we had SARS stock. We held a fucking outdoor concert with like 200,000 people at it. I think Rush was the headliner, as I recall. Yeah. Just makes me sad. It's just like, this stuff comes every year, guys. Flu's killing a shit ton of people. They're not even talking about it. It's like it happens every year. Ugh, weird to be streaming. So yeah, Colby, we have to figure out a way for me to do, I guess, the interview style thing. There's got to be something that's free, that's like Zoom, that we can use in Streamlabs. There's got to be. Oh yeah, you're right. They did, didn't they? I don't think there's another Rush. I think there's only Rush. And there's Mahogany Rush, but they're not related. No relation. Yeah. And just so you guys know, I'm a huge Archer, huge Bob's Burgers, actually probably H. John Benjamin fan, but you know what I mean? Appear in, that's what I thought. Have to mess around with that. I gotta remember how to change all the stuff in here. It's driving me nuts. Oh, they got taken down. Of course they got taken down. No. No. Well, if it's not too expensive, it's something I can consider, but I gotta watch out, right? I'm just getting back on my feet now. So, it kind of. It's only gonna get better. Once the wife goes back to work, things will be much better than they have been. Actually, we were talking to a friend the other day when she was going through that, and Colby will back me up on this. We had no health care, no nothing. We had to pay, and everyone's like, Canada, free health care. Yeah, all the stuff she had at the hospital was done for free. Everything else cost us. Yeah. So I tell people, don't fall for that crap. I would rather have been paying 120 a month, but that's not what it would have cost us to have coverage for that. And that way everything was covered, but it's what it is. Discord video call. That might be what we'll have to use. I think it would. I'm pretty sure there's got to be something. I just don't want to try and dig with it tonight because I'm still trying to figure out the layouts. Mostly the same. Actually, Colby, that tells you the good job we did setting this up way back when, because it is basically, it is exactly like it was. So, no. But I'm definitely not going to put it up as a moneymaker in any way, shape, or form. Well, I mean, if it takes off, guys, who am I to argue with that one? Um, but yeah, I'm just going to keep it free uh, for the most part. And just, like I said, I think Sean had it right. Start off with the topic. Uh, all right. Have a good night, Grant. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget to get a hold of me, man. Yeah, it's definitely, it's just one of those things. I just don't get it. There's there there's too many people that have an agenda that are doing it. I don't have an agenda. I just want to shoot the shit with people and about stuff. I guess that's what I want to do. Something to that effect. But yeah, start off with the topic and just let it go open mic like I always did. We're talking about fish and then we're into whatever. Um, you know, because like Tina, if you guys remember Tina, you might. She does those. I forget what she calls them, but they're the like realistic babies made after babies that have died. Um, so people that have had a child pass, they will contact her, and she will try to, as realistically as she can, create these babies. And it's semi creepy, but in a good way, I guess, for lack of a better term. Um, it's what it is. Uh, Oh, I think that's where I'm going. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think you basically just reconfirm, I kind of, Sean, what was in my head. Is like, if I'm going to do this, then it's going to be everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So get her talking about it. And I had her on here one time talking about it. And because it was it was a fish, in quotes channel, reefing channel, people gave a shit about it. I thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, really? Like, you may not agree with what she's doing, but there are people out there that this is helping them. You know what I mean? Like, it's what it is, right? And the one thing I was really good at was being the moderator of what we were doing. Um, it is. I mean, even to me, it is. You know what I mean? I easily handle deaths in my family, but at the same token, it doesn't make it easier, and I not expect it for other people to be easier. But then I've got people in my family that are still going on about the death of a loved one 7 years later. It's like, you need professional help to help you. You need a grief counselor, and they're not willing to because they think for whatever reason, and my judgment goes that far. That's it. I'm not going to stop hanging out or talking to you, but there will be a limit where I kind of like, okay, enough. But that's me. And I think that's where this channel is probably going to go. We're just talking about stuff like that. There's all kinds of things like that we can talk about that are apolitical instead of political, right? The big things, keep the politics off the damn channel, because that's the hottest topic in the land, right? You got it, Sean. Exactly. Some people it will help, right? And she's fantastic at it. Her work is unreal, right? And she would sit there with her fish tanks going, and be working on these dolls, and it just became people asking because you could see the parts. And there was this one time, the view she had from her camera, um, in the for lack of a better term, a Rubbermaid, the opaque bins that she had all the parts and everything in the back. There was this one head. And I asked her if she could just move that one head because it was killing me, right? Because it was right there, like staring at us all. But yeah, it's definitely it's something. And there's many people out there with talents like that, right? Are you not working insurance right now? Like, are you off on stress leave or something, Colby? Or do you mean when you switched over to? Because you had mentioned something else was going on there. If I break up, guys, it's just because I'm out of the room. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a drink. And now I got a wireless headset for when I'm gaming and running around like an idiot. So it's what it is. All right, I'm gonna have a little fun. I am gonna take a couple of shots, send them to myself, and put up some more recent stuff, I guess. I'll do my best with it anyway. That's the one thing. I got all the stuff that I can actually do that with, so. There we go. All right, so. That's kind of easy, actually. All right, so. And we'll do this. There we go. Yeah, Colby, I think Lynn was going to kill me. I bought another airbrush today. I shouldn't have, but it was on sale. It was so on sale. I swear to God. All right. Oh. I think we could have a lot of fun with this, Colby. Actually, this whole format might actually work out really well. I figured you would be, man. You were getting pretty stressed out, so. Why can't you talk Star Wars or Star Trek, Eddie? Sorry, guys. There we go. There's been a few forensic shows like that, actually. All right, so. I wonder. Okay. Oh, you joined the Discord. Excellent. Cool. So, let's try this. I'll get some newer, sort of up to date. Oh, you have, yeah, unreal amount. All right, so. Cool. I'm just going to basically get some newer pics up here of my room, I guess. There you go. But yeah. There we go. All right, so I'll get those posted here in a moment and start running them through and take it from there, I guess. So yeah, I think Sean, I'd like to thank you. That's a great kind of you kind of piqued my mind off and like yeah, we'll come up with a topic, something something not too difficult to talk about that won't start too many fights. Then again, I say that and I've seen people start fights over slugs. I'm not shitting you. You know, be nice to see some of the familiar faces come back. Cruz, Nick. I will even allow Annika in here, but the problem with Annika, I will not lie. I know she's going to be political because when she posts on Facebook, it's always effing political every time. And so do I. Colby will say that. I can't lie. I will post I'm not a conservative, but, my views on stuff are pretty basic. I think I believe in fair versus anything else. So. Oh, they removed my post from the modeling channel for putting up that I have. Because I posted a Discord server to go shoot the breeze in? Seriously? Oh, jeez. The WoW stuff. What? Man, everybody's coming at old Craig tonight. There we go. Alright, so, while I'm doing that. WoW stuff to deal with, really? Alright, so let's start downloading some stuff. Oh, Sean, if you like that that whiskey or that Zulu Cobra, you're going to love this stuff here in a minute. Oh. Nope. So, yeah. If I go a little silent, sorry. I can only do so much at once. I'm old. Right. Nope. But no, it'd be kind of cool to get some of the old crew back in here and shooting the breeze about that, this, that, and the other thing like we always did. I'm sure Colin will come back, Raven, and I'm sure Tina will at some point. There we go. All right, so cool. Now I get my concentration back in the same direction. There we go. Oh, you know what I don't understand, Sean? All they did was post a Discord server, let's shoot the breeze about the hobby, and they remove it. It's like, whatever. I'm not going to get mad. Like I said, they're the best group I found, without being too dickish, for lack of a better term. I just find it hilarious that's not allowed to post that. I'm not selling anything. I'm not going against your rules, but apparently I broke some fucking rule. So, yeah. There's part of my stash. Leave that up for a little bit. But yeah, so you joined, was it my Discord channel you joined, Eddie? I saw something pop up at me. I'm going to guess with the latency, he just walked away. That's all right. Wow, I got 305 subscribers. I didn't even know I had that. Check that shit out. We got 4 watching. Da, 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 da. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get just inundated with messages tomorrow going, I missed your stream, I missed your stream. It's like, it's fine. We'll figure it out. So, like I know Eddie, it's fairly early where he is. He's about 3 hours back, so it's only like 11 o'clock at night where he is, although I wouldn't stay up too late with a new baby. Let's see, I wanted you to see. There's my pride and joy. Getting dusty. I'll have to clean that off. Oh, that's your Discord handle. Cool. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm in a lot. I'm around. And I always hear the noises when they go off, so. Yeah. Oh, the Vesta one? Yeah, I've got one already built. It's right next to the Viper. You can actually see it to the right when it comes up there. Um, but I'm going to build the Vesta one. I think I'm going to give this one away. Just let someone have it. I'll bring it up in a minute here. I like that Viper. That was a lot of work. That was a labor of love. I guess that's another thing I can do too, is give my opinion on kits as a new. I'm still a newbie. Um, what you're seeing there, guys, that's not super freaking hard to do. Um, I mean, it took, I don't know, Colby, how long did that take me? Was that 2 months? That was like 2 months, wasn't it? I think it was. Uh, I can post it here, I'm sure. Give me a sec. I'll give you the model one because that way it's more. There we go. There we go. Oh, in case I'm showing my screen. Okay. Didn't use the copy button. Okay, guys. Give me a sec here. Just about 2 months, yeah. Now I wonder, is this going to let me post it this time? There it is. All right, so there you go. That's my Discord channel for modeling that I put up. It's not my gaming one. If you get into playing WoW and you want to come in and talk to us, I'm sure we'd invite you. That's not a big deal. But yeah, I'll do something with it. Not sure exactly what, but I'll do something with it. So here, I'll get you a shot of that hind. I know I got that. I brought that over too. That was one of my first models I built getting back into the hobby. Actually, was that hind. The Osprey, no, I think the hind was first. No, the Apache kind of was, but there we go. Let's try that one. There you go. So when it flips off here and scrolls through, Sean, you're going to see a couple of works in progress, but you'll see the Apache and then you'll see that hind I built. That is a Eurofighter in the Tiger Meat scheme, and then Skyhawk. That's a flanker I've got on the go, a SU-33 version. There's that Apache. And you can see with the targeting system on the front, very basic. I didn't quite have the tips and tricks, and that is the hind. Which looks like I should fix that window, but anyway. I think that broke off, and that's why it looks like that. I had that sitting somewhere else. And you know, guys, I'm just being lazy and putting off working on a couple of models that I got on the go. I was going to do some sanding tonight on the Hawkeye I'm building, which is huge, by the way. Absolutely massive. It's so big that when you put the radome and everything on it, it'll tail set really bad. And you have to put 70 grams of weight ahead of the wheels to keep it from doing that, which I did. And a lot of glue, lead weights. It's all fun. Let's see if I can find that. I'll show you that. One of my current ones I'm working on. That one maybe? No, that's the Seahawk. More of my stash. My actual desk and spray booth that I now have to clean up. Now I remember why I was gonna. Wife's gonna laugh. We couldn't figure out why I was gonna go to Home Depot. I was gonna get some more filter media for my exhaust. That's my main stash. Oh yeah. I think they took that from the Sedan, wasn't it? I don't remember. I know Dark Docs did a video on it, talking about the CIA grabbing a hold of that helicopter in the middle of the night. Okay, well, apparently I didn't pull that one down. Well, I can fix that quick enough. All right. But yeah, that's an interesting one, actually. And there's stuff we can talk about there. Like, that was a conspiracy that ever happened. And it's like, no, it really happened. I'm going to go into the trash. There it is. All right, so boom. There we go. So yeah, it's definitely that's like another one we can get right into, and you know, if people are interested, so to speak. Um, there you go. So the last one that's going to come up, this is I'm currently working on this model, this E2C 2000 Hawkeye, and it has not gone together as easy as I would like, but it's not as bad as some might be. Libya-Chad conflict, and they took it out of, where'd they take it from? It was slung under a CH-47 Chinook, I know that. It was in Chad, over next to Libya. Nope. So there you go. Not hard to figure that out. Yeah. I keep saying I'm going to get to the gray paint on this model, you know, get it done. And I just keep finding things I want to smooth out so that I don't pick up on them right away. And this is actually one of the first models where I started to rescribe lines that I sanded away. So it's going to be very interesting when this one turns out in the end, if I'm happy or not. Really? What was the problem with unchalking a Hawkeye, Eddie? Love to hear from somebody that actually, man, that you got to work on a carrier kills me. I'm so envious. I'm sure it was hard work, but you know, now that you're out and while you're oh, it was fully intact. There's a picture of it slung underneath a Chinook. I probably can download it and show you it. No. There we go. I'll put it up. Why not? I can do that. Not the best picture, but there you go. So back to Eddie. What was the problem with unchalking? Was it just how many chalk down points there were for a Hawkeye? Oh yes, yeah. Actually, I was looking at the decals, or decals, depending where you're from, that mark that, like the deadline, right? Like if you pass this, your brains are going to be all over the side of that bird. Yeah. I think the most horrific, but also kind of funny thing I've ever seen, and I know it's still on YouTube somewhere, is one of the handlers getting sucked into the engine of an A6E, pulled all the way through the engine and shit out the back, and the guy lived. And is it true you guys had on your vest hooks? Was it? There was, I forget exactly what somebody was saying, but it's like hooks to stop the fan blades from cutting you to pieces. Yeah. Yeah, Pixar didn't happen, right? Yeah. And I do know with the Hawkeye now, with the the E2D, which is going to be the Hawkeye Advanced. They just added refueling capability to it, so it can actually refuel in the air now. I think it ugs the bird up, but what can you do, right? But yep. So, well, I'm going to wait for the chat to clear up, and I'm probably going to call it. No? See, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. So, what were you, handler? Brown? Brown? No, Brown. Brown? Oh. Yeah, it was something to watch. Look it up if you can find it on YouTube. I mean, it's a blurry deck shot from the 80s, I think, or 90s. But it was something that was just like, holy shit. It proved the point. He walked in front where he shouldn't have, right when the pilot was ramping the engines up on the Cat, and sucked him right the hell in and shot him out the back. Lucky he was a skinny bugger. But if he wasn't dead, I guarantee he wasn't happy. You know what I mean? Like, what do they call it? The most dangerous 4 acres of real estate in the world? Blue shirt. You wear a blue shirt. Oh, come on, dude. Were you working when they still had Tomcats? You want to make me turn a little greener? Tell me you were working when they still had cats. And if you want to see people get pissy, start talking about Phantom 2s, right, F4s, or start talking about fucking Tomcats, because, man, everybody thinks they're a fucking expert on those things. And there was a guy, I forget what forum it was, and he was arguing with a Tomcat pilot. Oh. Yep. So you got to see. Yeah. That's a red shirt on Trek. Yeah. Who are you? I'm the expendable crew member, sir. Yeah. Oh, well, get in there. But yeah. Yeah, I can talk aircraft all day long. I will end the stream with a story that means nothing to most people, but those that are into it will certainly pull something to it. So, you got a scar on the top of your head. Okay, before I tell that, you got to tell this. I definitely got to get it so I can get people in here. How the fuck did you get a scar on the top of your head from an F-14? Were you in the danger zone? Yeah. I got to hear this, guys. I got to read it, I guess. Not hear it, but. All right, Colby. I'll talk to you later, bud. Got some more people in. Hey to those who just dropped in. I'm just shooting the breeze tonight and seeing what we're going to do. I think we've come up with a plan, so. So I know we got Eddie and Sean still here, and me, and then Kobe's headed out for the night. So who else has dropped in? Hey, welcome to the stream. Eddie is going to beguile me with a story of how he has a scar on the top of his head from an F-14 Tomcat while working on the carrier. Yeah. Tom Cruise kicked him in the head, or it's Tom Cruise in here waiting for us to say something and sue me. One of the two. Not a fan of that guy. I don't even care that there's another Top Gun movie coming out because I just looked at it and just went, oh, come on. For one, I don't know where he would have got a fucking F-14A or B because they're prohibited because of Iran. So you definitely couldn't personally own one. Yeah. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Yeah. Oh, that would suck. That would so suck. Yeah. Was it an A, a B, or a D, or do you remember? Yeah. Holy shit, guys. You realize that I've streamed for almost 2 hours already? Son of a bitch. That would hurt. That would be something. So I'll tell you, I guess while I'm at it, like I said, coming to the end here for 2 hours. So when I was 11-ish, I had moved back with my mother in Ontario, Canada, in Toronto. And so you broke the expensive one. Way to go, Eddie. And we went to the air show, and the Toronto Air Show is a big air show, and they used to hold it on the shore of Lake Ontario. And if you ever watch the movie Strange Brew, and you see the breakwater rocks, right, that's where we were. We were that close. And the show opened up with an F-104, I want to say D, I could be wrong. Two of them, Canadian Armed Forces, one Canadian Air Force, but Canadian Armed Forces at that time still is. So you could only hear them. And if you've ever not heard an F-104, look it up, and you can hear the howl. Absolutely hear the howl of that engine. It's very specific. It's almost like a really weird whistle. Anyway, but they were coming in faster than that, so you just heard this rumble. And when they came overhead, welcome to the 80s, right? 1981, maybe 80, no, B82. They were so low, they shot rooster tails off the lake. So they came in just under Mach, and when they hit the water, it threw the water up in the air, which is a byproduct of the F-104 at low level. And that was it. Absolutely hooked on aircraft for the rest of my life, like completely. And it didn't help that where we lived in Toronto was across from the Downsview airfield, right, for the military, which is where they were doing the testing for what we call the CF-188, aka the F-18, which we had just gotten. And that's also where the simulator was at the time. So we were seeing those all the time. And it was that was it. And what did I get to see at that air show? That was a wicked air show. The Concorde, the SR-71, the A-10 actually was there, two of them. F5 Freedom Fighters. And they did a low-level thing that was just off the hook. The F-18 was there, the CF-18, the Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels, and the Snowbirds. So I got to see all three teams at the same time, and the Red Arrows. So I even got to see the British acrobat team. There was a Hawkeye. I don't remember all the helicopters, but yeah, that was it. It was just completely hooked. A-10 is a wicked aircraft, guys. I think that's just about my favorite plane, and I love it. Every time somebody talks about, ISIS terrorists, I always put a quote. Let me play you the sound of, the song of my people, right? So, and usually with a clip of an A-10 firing off that Gawa Venture cannon, a 30mm cannon. Oh, you lucky bastard! You're close to. Is that where Mothman is? Is Mothman in Utah? I thought you worked on the airbase. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, if you look at the picture of my stash, I just got what is considered the best A10 in 148 scale that you can get, which is, you can only kind of see it, I guess. It's not a really great picture I took, but if you look, you can see it says A10 right in the middle above the Pavehawk. Yeah. There's a model I want to get, is the Pave Low, the MH53D or whatever. What a big ass helicopter. So, but anyway, the Navy would take it right away. I mean, that'd be the greatest thing they ever had, because they usually are right in that hill. That's where it is, hill. Yeah, there's still a few. I know there's Davis Mothman, Hill. Where else have they got them now? I thought there was one up in, used to be in Maine. I know that. There was one there. I don't think that's there anymore. But yeah, like, it's one of those things. I think, that's the great thing about this platform and what I can do with it is there's tons of stories for another time. That's going to be the great thing, is where people live and what you're dealing with in relation to what other people are interested in, right? So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to cut it because it's getting late where I am. It's actually 2:30 in the morning now, and I have Kung Pao chicken. To quote Officer Bosco, Sergeant Bosco from Bob's Burgers, we lost him. Well, how about we get lost in some Kung Pao chicken? Great episode. So, I'll be talking with you. Spread the word. I'm back and going to try to find a regular platform for it, time-wise. I'm probably thinking maybe 7 Eastern or Atlantic, so that'd be like 6 Eastern. So for like Eddie, that would be like 3 in the afternoon. And maybe do it most nights, not every night, and I'll just get myself set up to put it up, hey, I'm going to stream on this day, blah, blah, blah. And we'll do it like that. But hey, guys, thanks for coming. Nice to see you again, Eddie. Really, really happy to see you. And a few of the other people. And Sean, nice to see you. And you guys have a good night, all right?